Hi everybody, Alan here from Revolution Digital Studios, bringing you a web design tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about installing WAMP Server on your local machine. WAMP Server is a critical component if you're going to do anything that involves any sort of server-side processing, such as PHP, WordPress development, Ruby on Rails, Drupal, any of that stuff. jQuery, JavaScript, all of that is done on the browser, so we can just do that, with our text editor and Internet Explorer, Chrome, or Firefox, whatever you prefer. But if you're using PHP or anything that requires server-side scripting, you're going to need that server. And WAMP Server is the solution for that. So WAMP stands for Windows, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. There is a version for Mac as well, and that's MAMP, M-A-M-P. And if you're running Linux, then you can do XAMPP, and that's X-A-M-P. So the first thing we're going to need to do is go to wampserver.com to download WAMP Server. And when we get there, there's going to be two options for us. One of those options is going to be to download it for a 32-bit machine, and one of them is going to be to download it for a 64-bit machine. Now, it looks like we've ended up on the French page. That's okay. We'll just click English up here, and it'll take us right to English. And if you happen to be Russian or speak Russian, then you can click on that one right there for that. So we'll just go to the download page here, select whichever machine you have. Remember, WAMP is for Windows only, so 32-bit or 64-bit. I actually have a 64-bit machine, and I've already downloaded it just because I didn't want you guys to have to sit around and wait to watch me download that. So we'll double click on it. It's going to give you that admin screen asking you if it's okay to start the program. Go ahead and click yes, and this is going to be the first thing you see. So we'll go ahead and click next. You'll see the licensing agreement. Go ahead and take a few minutes to read that. When you're ready, click I accept the agreement, and then next. It's going to ask where you'd like to install it. I just go ahead and do it right on the C drive. It's nice and easy for me to find, so I just leave it there. If you want to put it anywhere else, though, that's up to you. You can absolutely do that and not cause any problems. So from here, you'll want to decide, do you want a desktop icon or a quick launch icon or both? I like to do both, so we'll check both of those and click next. And finally, we'll click install. This is going to take a couple of minutes to install, 3 to 5 or so, depending on the speed of your machine and your internet connection. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, guys, and we're back. So once the install is done, the first thing it's going to ask you is to choose your default browser. It's going to default to Internet Explorer. If you're using Firefox, then it'll ask you if you want to continue to use Firefox as your default browser. Personally, I use Chrome. So we'll go ahead and find that, and we'll do that by clicking on the C drive. We'll go Program Files, x86. Double click on the Google folder. Go into Chrome and Application. From here, we're going to want to take this URL up here and copy and paste that down into here. And once we do that, we'll click on Open. And double click on Chrome. And that's going to make Chrome our default browser. The next thing it's going to ask is for our PHP mail parameters. Go ahead and leave this alone for now. This is a little bit more involved than what we want to do in this video. I'll cover this in a future video. So for now, just click next and finish. It's going to launch WAMP Server, and it'll ask you for admin permissions. Go ahead and say yes. Now you see down here the little red W, that means it's starting up. Depending on the speed of your machine, it'll go from red to orange to green. If it goes to orange and stays on orange and you're running Windows 8 or 7 or Windows 8.1, you might have a problem with Skype. There's a file permission in there. The Skype uses the same port that WAMP Server does. So what you want to do is just open up your Skype and sign into that. Go into your options and then click on Advanced, and then go ahead and uncheck the selection that says for alternative ports, use port 80, and I believe it's port 143. So once that's done, we'll just click on the green W here, and you can see it gives you all the options. There's localhost, my projects, there's your PHP, my admin, www directory, and so on. If we click on localhost, you should see this web page. If you don't, something went wrong. You might have that Skype conflict, or you may not have installed it correctly. Go ahead and try it again. But if you see this one, that means that you have installed it correctly. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Just wanted to remind you to like and favorite the video so that you can find it really easy next time. Go ahead and click on that share button if you don't mind. It really helps the channel out a lot. And subscribe for more videos on web development and web tutorials.